Nike pops, Peloton fizzles, and the White House puts pressure on Chinese stocks. This is the Silver Report's weekly review where we take a look at all of the headlines that moved the markets during the week. On Monday, the Dow closed up 15 points, the S&P closed down less than a point, and the Nasdaq closed down 5 points. In news that moved the markets, reports came out on Sunday that WeWork's board will try to remove Adam Neumann as CEO from the company he founded. Germany's manufacturing sector declined in September to its lowest level in more than a decade. Economic uncertainty caused by the trade wars was seen as the catalyst. On Tuesday, the Dow closed down 142 points, the S&P closed down 25 points, and the Nasdaq closed down 18 points. The markets fell on a consumer confidence report that came in below expectations, and news that Democratic members of Congress would formally announce an impeachment inquiry of President Trump. A day after news came out that WeWork's board would push to remove Adam Neumann as CEO of WeWork, Neumann stepped down as CEO. Google won their case in the EU, where regulators were looking for Google to extend its rights to be forgotten rule outside of the region. In earnings news, Nike stock jumped 5% in after-hours trading after reporting an EPS beat by 15 cents and a revenue beat by $230 million. AutoZone missed EPS estimates by 84 cents but beat revenue estimates by $60 million. And CarMax beat EPS estimates by 7 cents and revenue estimates by $140 million. On Wednesday, the markets seemed to shake off the news of an impeachment inquiry to move higher. The Dow closed up 162 points, the S&P closed up 18 points, and the Nasdaq closed up 83 points. President Trump announced earlier in the day that a deal with China could happen sooner than we think. In other news, eBay's stock price fell on news that the company's CEO is stepping down, and Alibaba announced its self-developed AI chip for its cloud computing division. A division of the company management has big plans for. In earnings news, KB Homes reported an EPS beat by 7 cents but a revenue miss of $20 million. On Thursday, the markets had a tough day as investors attempted to balance trade war fears, trade war optimism, and an impeachment inquiry. The Dow closed down 79 points, the S&P closed down 7 points, and the Nasdaq closed down 46 points. Chip makers fell on the news that the U.S. is not likely to extend Huawei's waiver that allowed them to continue doing business with U.S. firms. McDonald's announced that they will be testing a vegan burger, the PLT, provided by Beyond Meat. Peloton, the exercise machine company, went public on Thursday. The IPO didn't perform well in its public debut, dropping 11% from its IPO price. In earnings news, Micron Tech reported an EPS beat by 8 cents and a revenue beat by $310 million. Carnival Cruise Line reported an EPS beat by 9 cents and a revenue beat by $390 million. On Friday, the markets fell following a Bloomberg report that the Trump administration is considering limiting investments in China, which would also include delisting Chinese companies from the U.S. stock exchanges. Alibaba, JD.com, Tencent, and others fell on the news. The Dow closed down 70 points on the day, the S&P closed down 15 points, and the Nasdaq closed down 91 points. The three markets all closed down on the week. In crypto news, crypto slid during the week. Bitcoin ended our week trading at $8,065.23. Ethereum was trading at $171.24. Litecoin was trading at $55.40, and Ripple ended the week at 24 cents. Crude oil closed the week out at $56.14 per barrel. A big winner for the week, Fresh Del Monte Produce, FDP, which increased 22% on the week after being selected to join the S&P Small Cap 600. A big loser for the week, Axia Therapeutics, AKCA, which decreased 28% after 3 executives left the company. If you're in need of fresh investment ideas, check out our latest quarterly newsletter, The Silver Report, serious investment ideas for experienced investors looking for something different and new investors who want to get their feet wet. You can find it at SevilleReport.com. Also, a link to sign up for our weekend article in Focus is also in the description below. And any headline you want to read more about, the link to the full story is in the description below. Thanks again for checking out the Silver Report's market review. This channel is dedicated to anyone who wants to start investing but doesn't know how or where to start. If you have any questions, ask in the comments section, like and subscribe, and may your next investment be your best investment. See you next week.